Alright guys, so when was the last time when you went out for a hiking wearing those simple casual shoes? Only to find in the end that these shoes were actually not the good fit for this kind of sport. So guys, that is exactly the problem with the adventure sports in India. There are basically three reasons why this industry is still not able to take off in India. The first reason being the lack of proper community, the lack of community that is dedicated to this particular sector. And maybe that's the reason why people lack awareness. And at the end of the day, they end up choosing wrong product for a particular adventure sport. The second reason being the lack of access. So even if at all you are someone who is knowledgeable about adventure sports, even if at all you know the difference between a casual shoe and a trekking shoe, even then in order to find the particular product for yourself which actually suits your style, which actually suits your own personality, the options are still very limited when compared to the Western countries who already have tons of options when it comes to the adventure sports. The third reason, as the most important reason, is the inconsistent pricing. Guys, on one of the websites you will find out that the product will be costing somewhere around 5,000 bucks. On one of the websites you will find out that the same product that will cost you somewhere around 7 to 8k. While at the same point of time you will find companies like Decathlon who also have shoes starting from 1k. So that is something which is affordable, but still you are still limited with a very low number of options, right? So that is something that brings us to today's business idea, which happens to be online marketplace for adventure sports gear. So in this video, we are going to be rating this business idea as to if you should be going around building a business on this, if this idea is actually going to prove successful to you or not. Although it's a very subjective manner, but still at our end, we will try to give you a proper rating, which might help you in the future to judge whether this particular business idea is for you or not. So beginning with the business model is going to be very simple. A customer visits your website, they pick up the product, they check out, and then you are left with the order, right? So once an order has been placed on your website, you procure the product, you pack it, and then you're going to ship it, right? Yeah, it's as simple as that. The money that is left after making of the product, shipping, and after packing of the product is going to be a gross profit. Okay, cool. The type of business, this is a D2C kind of business, and the consumer for this particular product and the ideal consumer age for this product is going to be, I guess, somewhere around 20 to 35 in India. Alright guys, so now we will be moving ahead to the rating part. Before we move ahead to the rating part, if you have any business idea which you think you might pursue in future and you want it to be rated, please drop your ideas in the comment section, or maybe you can mail us on our email ID. Once we get that idea, we will be discussing those ideas in our upcoming videos. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe this YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram. Alright guys, so now we'll be moving ahead to the rating part. We are going to rate this particular business idea on basically three main parameters. The first is going to be desirability, the second is going to be the complexity, and the third is going to be scalability. If at all at the end of this rating part we find out that this particular business idea rates below 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, but you still want to pursue with this, I will also be telling you the practical go-to-market strategy for this business idea. So the first parameter being the desirability. What desirability exactly means? Desirability means, is there actually a market for this business idea? Like, are people actually looking out for it or not? Prior to this, I was giving you an example of a hiking shoe. Are people actually looking out for hiking shoes or not? So this is something that describes our market. So in desirability parameter, we are going to be looking out for two things. The first thing is going to be market sizing and growth. The second thing is going to be the competition. Alright guys, so let's start with the market size and the growth. In order to judge this, we are going to copy the particular business idea, we are going to Google it to find out the market for it, and then on the basis of that, we are going to judge it. Alright guys, so let's go to Google, and over here we will be looking out for this outdoor adventure gear market size. And also do not forget to enter your country name. Since we are in India, so we'll be entering India over here. If you are from a different country, you can enter your country name over there. In my opinion, one of the most trustworthy website for market research that you will ever find is Statista. If you have a paid version of that is incredibly useful, guys. So yeah, let's go with this. So it tells us in 2024, the revenue generated for outdoor equipment market in India amounts to $4 billion. This market segment is projected to experience an annual growth of 8%. Okay, So this is something that tells us the revenue and not the market, but we are looking out for the market size, guys. So we'll be looking out for different links as well, and then we will be correlating them. We are going to take an average of that, I guess, because sometimes the market size, some of the websites inflates the market size to enormous amounts, but some of the websites stay humble and they do not inflate it that much. So yeah, so we are going to take a non-inflated version of that. Over here, this tells us the adventure gear market is expected to reach USD $40 billion by 2029. But I guess they are talking about global. Yes, so they are talking about global industry. They are not talking about India, but we are looking out for India itself. So let's go with the link which are talking about India. No, this is useless. I guess this link also talks about the global level, but we are looking out for India, guys, so bear with me. They are not talking about India. Alright, so guys, as per Statista, the revenue generated in outdoor equipment market in India amounts to USD 4 billion. As you can see, there is also another link which talks about not just consumer, but when we switch to the e-commerce, the revenue for this particular segment is amounting to be USD $32 million. That is way lower than that of $4 billion, guys. So that is the gap that we are trying to fill over here, right? So the market looks good. Let's look at the growth as well. The growth is 8%, guys. 8% is decent. So the market size is amounting to be $4 billion. To be $4 billion, guys, that in my opinion is a good number for an industry which is not very elaborated in India, not something that people are buying on a daily basis, and people lack awareness as well, but still there is a market. So I guess that is actually a very good sign, right? And when we are talking about the growth is somewhere around 8%, I guess. So the growth is 8%, guys. Since the industry size is ranging from billions of dollars to billions of dollars, so even like 5, 6 or 7% also are huge numbers when we are talking about YoY growth. Okay, so over here an 8% growth in my opinion is a very high growth industry. So anything that comes between 6 to 10% is a high growth industry, which is something which is more than 10% is an explosive growth industry, right? So when we're talking about 8%, it is a very high growth industry in my opinion. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to rate this as somewhere around 3.5. Alright guys, so in desirability, there was another parameter that we were going to judge this idea on, and that was competition analysis. So when we're talking about competition analysis, the most important thing that we are going to do is going to visit Google keyword tool, right? If you do not have an account, guys, please sign up on it. It is going to help you a lot, right? In terms of figuring out things when you're starting out as a business. Okay, so what we are going to do is, again, we are going to copy the business idea and we are going to open our keyword tool. Over here, we are looking out for the keyword tool. So keyword planner is here. I have already signed in. So it is directly going to sign me in. And then let's wait for it to open. So we do not want get search volume and forecast. What we are looking out for is over here, discover new keywords. We are going to enter our business idea over there. This was not our business idea, so we'll be deleting this and we'll be copying it again. Our business idea was this: online marketplace for outdoor adventure gear. But we are looking only for the product, so we'll be deleting the rest of it. So guys, we are asking Google what are the number of searches on a monthly basis for this particular product. So when we click get results over here, Google is going to tell us for this particular product how many Google searches are there on their own search engine on a monthly basis, right? And since we are talking about India, therefore we have India over here. If you are from different country, you can enter the country from here. You can change the language as well. We are basically looking out for three things in this table, right? The first thing is keyword, the second thing is average monthly searches, and the third thing is the competition. Guys, we are discussing competition over here, right? So that is what we will be discussing. So this is giving us an average monthly searches for a maximum of 100 to 1k. That means 100 to 1000 searches per month. But guys, this is something which is not practical in nature, right? You understand that when you're looking for a particular product like shirt, one of the consumer might be searching out for a t-shirt. One of the consumer might be looking out for a white shirt. One of the consumer might be looking out for a blue shirt, right? So the search is a very subjective topic. So what we are going to do is we are going to enter over here the similar keywords as well. So this is a similar keyword. We are going to get results for that as well. Adventure gear, yes. Outdoor equipment. You're looking out for the competition for a particular keyword, you need to be as relevant as possible, right? So since I know that in India, when we are talking about adventure, when we are talking about adventure sport, the most common thing that comes in someone's mind is hiking or trekking. So we'll be looking out for that as well. So let's just enter a particular product. So we'll be entering hiking shoes over here, right? Hiking shoes, or maybe trekking shoes as well. Let's see the results for these things. Okay guys, so now we are here. We have best trek shoes as well, and Google is giving us the average monthly searches for hiking shoes, that is somewhere around 1 lakh to 10 lakh. We'll be taking an average for this. That is somewhere around 5 lakh searches on a monthly basis in India on Google. But this is just the volume, right? This is the number of searches. When we go over here, the competition, guys, is high. So even though there is a market for this particular product, the competition is high. So now back to the rating part. Alright guys, so we have already spoken about the rating regarding the market size and growth, and that was somewhere around 3.5 out of 5. When we are talking about the competition,